And we're back. Doubling up, baby. Hard work, dedication pays off. Remember that shit. Salute to the whole LDBC. This is Notable Boy News and Sports coming back at you with another hot one. Just want to get some questions on about these Thunder guys. Is they ThunderCats for real? Do they really have a Lionel and Chris Paul? I'm just asking, man, because I got some numbers here, and I just want y'all to be like, tell me the truth. They say defense wins championships, right? They have experience in the point guard and the leader of Chris Paul. So it's his time to show, too, what he can bring to the table, because he's been in the league for a minute. He on his last leg. So with all that being said, this brings us to a good fucking playoff run. Everybody have some kind of legacy on the line for his big dog names. Chris Paul, Carmelo's, the LeBrons. They going out on their last leg. What can they bring us? Can they give us a good show? Do they still have something left in the tank? Well, let's find out. I'm going to just break down a couple of situations that I like that I seen in the Thunder throughout the year and coming into the bubble, because I think they did play real solid in the bubble, but unfortunately, they got to go against Houston Rockets. James Harden is not going to play, but we all know he come up in small situations. So this is what I want to ask my fans and my subscribers, for those who tuning into this video. Do you think the Thunder have a real shot of legitimately making it farther than the second round? Because like I say, if y'all say defense win championships, I gotta say something. Chris Paul can give you 30. Gilchrist can go off. His high was 32. You know what I mean? So with that being said, he went 12 for 21 for 32 points. Chris Paul hit you for 30 twice this season. Probably more than that, but I'm just naming the key games against key opponents that he did it against. That was big name opponents, the Clippers and Utah. He hit 30 and 30. One game he shot 11 for 15. One game he shot 6 for 8 from the three-point line to get to 30. So when you look at Steven Adams, his best game is 17 and 17. He's a rim protector. He can anchor the defense. Even though if they try to pull him out, as long as they can keep him floating baseline to baseline from side to side, they don't never have to bring him to the top of the key on a pick and roll situation. They can use the power forward for that and a small forward. Just keep Adams by the rim for James Harden to come to make it hard for him. It's fundamental basketball, ladies and gentlemen. It's not hard. So when you look at Dennis Schroeder, he back in the bubble. He just hit 17 in their last game. He's a bench player. He giving you good numbers, good minutes. So when you look at Dennis Schroeder, his high was 31. 10 of 19 shooting, 22 in the second half. So he can get hot at any time. So when you look at three people that can put the ball on the floor and score, and you have a rim protector, this the kick part about this. He did this against the Clippers, Dennis Schroeder, 31, 16 in the fourth quarter. Like I say, 22 in the second half. You feel what I'm saying? So, hey, they did it against the best of the best. At the end of the day, can they sustain this? Can they really have the drive with Chris Paul being on his last leg to push these youngsters to match his intensity to go against some of these alphas that stack the deck against these teams? Because what the LA Clippers are doing with Paul George and Kawhi, then you got AD and LeBron. Say, bro, it's going to be hard, man, for Chris Paul to bring them young lions, the pack of hyenas in there to try to run with these dudes, knowing these dudes is hungry. And like I say, Paul George, time for him to get something on his resume too. I ain't forget about him. But they have a lot of people, bro, that's counting these baby Thunder out. But I'm starting to call them ThunderCats. Chris Paul might be turning in the Lionel in front of our eyes. You know what I mean? And he got Alexander as Panthro. You got Steven Adams as Tiger. Shit, you got your nice little baby 3 over there. It took Lionel to get right. He ain't come out no killer. They had to put that shit in him. So, what Chris Paul doing with this young team, bro, I'm telling you, they running. They have confidence. I like their bench. Bro, they solid on defense. And I'm going to tell you why. Since January 18th, even before the bubble started, these people was like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. We're going to concentrate on defense. Defense going to start our offense. That's what Chris Paul instilled in them. You know what I mean? Defense win championships. Defense keep us in games. If our shot ain't falling, let's just play solid defense. They gonna get the falling eventually. But if you look at it from January 18th, they number one in holding their in field goal percentage. I'm talking about this they defense. They hold their opponents to 48.1. Niggas say that's still high. No, not compared to a lot of these teams. When you got Steph Curry's and them, when you add all their percentage together, they shooting 50-some% for the game. You know what I mean? Then they second best. They were second best record with 17-5. Then if you average the opponent's 3-point percentage, they held their opponents to 33.5 percentage for third in the league. Niggas ain't banging no threes on them. They in your pocket. They making it hard for you. Turnovers a game, 12.6. They third in the league in that. So they can turn the ball over, start the runs for the young legs, for the hyenas to get the easy baskets to help Chris Paul, while he can be the flow general and control the flow. Then when you look at point differentials, they 4.5. They 6. They like top 10. So that's all you can ask for, a scrappy young team playing hard-nosed defense. You know what I mean? So when you look at this Thunder team in the totality of the making of it, only thing that was really missing was a veteran player that can anchor that team on offense, that can ball control and keep these youngsters in line. I see Billy Donovan doing a great job and helping Chris Paul coach these young players up. Because like I say, they're in the playoffs, the record speaks for itself, and these numbers do not lie. So when you look at it from that perspective, I like what I see in the Thunder, but I want to ask you guys, do you think they have enough in the tank? Do you think Chris Paul have enough to bring these young pack of hyenas to run with him against these Goliaths that he's about to go against in this Western Conference? James Harden is one-on-one now because Russell out for the first round. I understand that. But this is what I want y'all to understand. James Harden, Chris Paul just came from playing with each other. They already shitted on James Harden, trying to make it seem like if he had Chris Paul, they would have won, because he not that dude that Chris Paul is to slow the game down, to make key timely passes and key buckets when they need it, and stop jacking up unnecessary threes. Because that shit don't work all the time in the playoffs. I like what I see in this Thunder. Dennis Schroeder, Paul, Adams, Alexander, and the rest of the young team, then you got to think about it. Even though Roberson can't shoot three-pointers, he got D. I let him file out in the first half if I got to, just to let James Harden know, bitch, you come up in here, yeah, it's like that. Yeah, with the yeah. I just want to thank y'all for tuning in. I just had to run that by y'all because it was on my mind. And I want to, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment. Tell me what you think about the video. And I'll get back at you with another one. Peace.